it's your girl JK, and welcome to another episode of the Many Wig Podcast, where if it's popping, I got a wig for that topic. On today's episode, we on today's episode we are being visited by style innovator Larry Sims. Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you for having me.
Good. Thank you for being here.
Sure.
Thank you. So, first, I have to ask you about the hat, the triple threes. What's
Yes.
behind that number?
So, triple threes are basically angel numbers, God numbers, and they signify um, definitive blessings and love, abundance and career, and just your overall protection and guidance and your intuition as it pertains to communicating with your higher power, which are either God and or your angels, and it really just shows protection in manifesting your heart's desires in all of those respective fields that I just mentioned.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, do you have an angel number?
333.
333.
777. It's one of those things where you see these numbers, just kind of randomly throughout your day. 777 has always been triple numbers that I've always seen. 333, four ones. I've seen a lot in my life, and a friend of mine actually created this hat line, and it just so happened that a part of his collection are angel numbers. So I'm a big fan of his line. It's called That Part. So for
That
anybody that
Part.
wants to look it up, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Black brother, black owned business.
Okay. And is he in Los Angeles?
He's based here in LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And he has a store.
He doesn't have a store. He's online, direct to consumer. But you can find him on That Part on IG. I tag him whenever I wear it in my posts, and it's about us celebrating each other and supporting each other, especially being black-owned
Absolutely.
businesses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the numbers that I always see is kind of weird because it doesn't matter like what time of day it is. Most of the time when I look at the clock, it's either 9:11 or 11:11.
Oh, 9/11 or 11/11. Really?
So what do you think that means?
Have you looked them up?
I have not.
You should definitely look him up. He has 1111 hats, but it's all about number one, Googling it just to see what it directly means to those numbers. But it's definitely signs that your angels are trying to give you, and it's always positive and good and uplifting. So
Okay.
yeah,
So I shouldn't worry about it.
you get tapped on your shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up because I kid you not, doesn't matter what time.
Yeah.
It used to creep me out, but I've gotten used to it now.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't looked into it before now.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do
Yes.
that today.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna let you know
Please
what
do.
I find.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's dope.
So you are known for the Victoria Beckham bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first thing that sort of catapulted me into the beauty industry. I was a dancer for many years prior to me becoming a hairstylist. I danced with Missy Elliott on several of her tours and videos, and I did Dreamgirls and Stomp the Yard. And to make a long story short, I was dancing for Jessica Simpson while I was transitioning from being a dancer to working in the beauty industry, and I had some images of some friends of mine that I put together, and they were on my laptop in the dressing room. Her wardrobe stylist, Jessica Pastor, saw the images and was like, "What is this?" And out of embarrassment, I closed the, computer really quick because they weren't celebrity, and I was embarrassed to say that was my portfolio. Cut to, she made me open it back up, and she's like, "What are you doing dancing? You need to be a hairstylist. I'm going to introduce you to Kim Pavis, who at the time was working with Jessica Simpson as her hairstylist." She introduced me to him. I started assisting him, and one thing led to another. Victoria's team called him. He wasn't available because he was off doing Jennifer Lopez. Sent me. It was supposed to be a one-off, and then we ended up having a really nice run, which is when the bob was created, which was when people started asking who the little black boy was running behind Victoria and David, and that started everything.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
So you're known as a hair architect.
that's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's
So
what they
when I
say.
think architect, I think creator.
Mm-hmm.
So what has been the most iconic style that you have created?
That's a great question. In the world of, I mean, lace front wigs have gotten so um, popular, and the advancement of technology and technique that is available. I love the lace front movement, but a lot of my clients don't wear lace wigs. I work with a lot of texture. I work with a lot of natural hair. So the things that I build a lot of times incorporates natural hair and natural hair extensions. I did this one really cool look with Gabrielle for the British Fashion Awards, where we created like this really huge ball on top of her head that had a sprout out. I did like a 5 or 6 tier sort of natural hair tower on Denai Guerrera from Black Panther for last year's Oscars. So, I don't know. I don't know which one is the best, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you mentioned that you started as a dancer, and then you have a connection to Missy Elliott and also Christopher.
Christopher Maldonado, who passed away. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
And he kind of had something to do with you transitioning
He
into.
did, yeah. So me and Chris met each other back when I was dancing, and along with like him, Nico, Sam Fon, June Ambrose, so many of the greats, um, you know, I, they inspired me. Like I was a fan of theirs, as a dancer, and even before then, I knew who they were. And Chris and I became really, 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 really close. I was like a little brother to him, and he would like do makeup for like people that I would dance for, music videos and stuff. Like he was working with Black, the girl group, and I was styling their wigs at the time, and basically he was like, "Yo, you need to like stop dancing, and I'm like, "Yo, Chris, but I still need to pay my rent." And he's like, "You need to go to cosmetology school, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you move in with me, so that you don't have to worry about overhead." And cosmetology school was gonna take a year, so I was like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna take you on your offer." And we were going to meet each other in New York for the MTV Music Awards. He went to go work with Aaliyah prior to that trip for the Rock the Boat video. I had to go and do a show with Missy in Jamaica, and we just never saw each other after that. So one of my biggest inspirations has been him, and I'm like, I promised him that I was going to do this. And so right after that, went to Chicago and went to cosmetology school for a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in the Los Angeles area?
Jesus, since you were 2, that's what it felt like. I got here originally in '99, and then I left for 3 years. One of which I went to cosmetology school, and then the 2 years after that, I lived with Missy because at the time I didn't know if I was going to be a hairstylist or an A&R. So she's like, "Yo, you want to learn the music business? Come live with me." So we lived a year in Miami and then a year in Jersey together. And then the mergers started happening with record labels, and a lot of A&R started losing their jobs. And I was like, all right, so I'm not betting on that. And so I came back to LA in '05.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were born in Chicago.
In Chi-Town, West
Yeah,
Side.
I was born in Chicago.
Oh, really? What part?
Yeah, child. I don't know. My parents left when I was 1.
They
Thanks,
left
Mom and
when?
Dad. When I was 1.
Oh, they left when you were
They did. I was
1.
born there. They came to California when I was 1, and I've been in California ever since.
That's crazy. Do you ever go
Yeah.
back?
Not recently. Not
No?
recently. No. So if you and I go to Chicago,
Yes.
where are we going? If I
Oh, my
want like an
God.
amazing trip, what are we doing?
Okay, so first of all, we definitely stand downtown. My favorite hotel, people are funny about hotels, but like I love the Thompson.
Okay.
It's boutique, it's sexy, and you got to hit up. Well, you got Harold's Chicken. That's in LA. You know what
Okay.
I mean? But the original Harold's in Chicago, you got to do your Giordano's pizza. I feel like Chicago has some of the best food in the world, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I might be a little biased, but yeah,
Okay, well, we have to check that out. We have to do a
absolutely.
Chicago trip.
Absolutely.
And then, fun fact, you're a Leo.
I am a
You were
Leo.
born August 12th,
21st.
21st? I'm
Yeah.
August 19th.
Oh wow. So like we barely made. I mean, you're in there more than me, but yeah, I'm Leo Virgo cusp.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's up.
Yep.
So I'll be thinking about you this year.
Yep.
Every year.
Yes.
I love it.
Yep. True Leo.
I'm a Leo at heart
I'm a
too.
Leo to the core.
They do not play. We do not
We
play.
don't. No.
Yes.
We do not play. Taquan and I was talking about that earlier
Yeah.
today. How he's also a Leo.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
Yep. We do not play.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, loyal to a T and by default. But if that loyalty is compromised, then
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. It is a wrap.
It's a
Absolutely.
wrap, yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
You look like a Leo too. You got Leo energy all over
Do
you.
I?
You do. You and all your fabulousness.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Leos are fabulous.
Leos are fabulous.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. We're
That's
very
true.
unique, misunderstood sometimes, but yeah, we're fabulous.
Yeah, heart of gold though. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? If you're in there, definitely you will give you the shirts off of our backs.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We are loyal. And it's like, if you rocking with us, we got you.
We got you.
We got you.
Absolutely.
No question.
I agree.
No question. Look, we going to toast to that. What you drinking
Yes.
today?
I know. I am having a Casamigos Reposada margarita, my
Okay.
go-to, and you have a fancy Leo-like glass
Yes.
over there.
Yes, my lemon drop.
Okay.
This is my go-to.
I love it. Cheers.
So what else is going on?
Oh man, you know, it's a new year. 2024 is exciting. A lot of great opportunities. You know, it's one of those things where when you've had a certain level of success, right, in the industry or in any of your respective fields, you know, complacency is not an option. And I feel like that's a Leo trait too.
Right.
We don't ever feel like super accomplished or super like satisfied with where we are. So for me, I'm always trying to like next level my past successes, and 2024 just, you know, it constantly, you know, it's already raised the bar in terms of you know, personal goals and professional goals. So, you know, a lot of pots are on the fire. You know, I'm growing with, you have a product line with Gabrielle Union.
Yes,
That's one of my
Flawless.
best friends.
Yes.
Flawless. And we're expanding, which is really exciting. We're already in South Africa and Canada, and some parts of Mexico, but we have a really big opportunity to even go more global. So we'll be announcing that very soon. I'm really excited about that. There are some TV projects in the works that I was just reading emails about that I'm really excited about. Working on a book, so excited about that. You know, just elevator. Yeah.
So has there been anything that you've always wanted to do, but you have not done yet?
That's a great question. I want to get my book out for sure, and that's been like a long time coming. And it's been, I don't want to call it a struggle. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you have an idea of what your story should be because you've lived it, and then you have people that feel like your story should be different based on what is selling to publishers or that sort of thing. And what I've learned in this industry is to just like stick to your guns and stick to your passion, stick to your truth, and don't compromise and let somebody else come in and dissuade you from what you really believe in, because it never works out when it happens that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's something that you would absolutely never compromise on?
I would never compromise on my integrity, for sure. There have been a lot of people that I've met in this industry that have compromised on their integrity, that have been, you know, just dark and they'll undercut you for their own gain and opportunities. Like I would never do that. I wouldn't be able to sleep with myself in that nature. I know that some people feel like this industry can be cutthroat and they feel like they have to do that to sort of like advance themselves. But I would never compromise that because I just wouldn't even be able to sleep with myself.
Yeah. So how have you been able to stay above that? Because you mentioned like some people do compromise their integrity.
Yeah, I just think that it's about who you are on the inside. Like I feel like I'm my mother's soul. My mother is an angel on this earth, and I ain't nobody's angel, but I do know that I have her heart, and I have her heart for people. I'm very compassionate, and I believe that if you stand 10 toes down and do the right thing and just work in passion and truth, everything that is due to you is going to come to you. And that's how I've been able to, I guess, sustain for as long as I have and continue to grow, you know? Yeah.
So have you ever had to pass on a job or on an opportunity because you felt like it either wasn't right, you didn't have a good feeling about it, or you felt like you wasn't getting the best treatment?
Oh, yeah. I've had to walk off of jobs. I've had to fire clients, you know, that I won't mention, but there have definitely been people where I'm just like, yo, our energy just does not match. And they've continued to call and I've just said no. Like, I'm like, nah. I mean, there are people like that I've never worked with before, but I know that they have been disrespectful to people that I respect, you know, other makeup artists, hairstylists, wardrobe people, publicists. I'm like, I'm just throwing myself in the line of fire for
Yeah.
and turning down excellent money, but I just refuse to put myself in a position where I'm going to be potentially disrespected or mistreated.
So there's people that you have not worked with because you've heard that they've been
Absolutely.
disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Okay. So is there anyone that you have not worked with yet that you would like to?
That's a great question too. You know, I've been blessed enough to be able to like work with people that are icons in my perspective, that I would have never thought I would have been able to work with as a dancer. Like I grew up as a fan of Janet's. Like who don't love Janet?
Right.
I was and still am a Janet stan, and would learn the dance moves as a kid and all of that, and was just always mesmerized by her. But then I was able to like meet her and become acquainted with her, and then eventually friends through dance and her team of dancers and choreographers that are friends of mine. And then like recently, I would have never thought that I would have been able to touch Janet in that way.
Right.
I was okay with just being cool with her, and for her to call me and for us to be able to work with each other has been a dream come true. So, yeah, her like Queen Latifah, another one who I was a fan of, was actually a great friend of mine also. Yeah, it's been a great run so far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You've been in this industry a long time.
I have.
You have any regrets?
No, nah. Leos don't live with regret.
No,
and
we
regret.
don't, honey.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
exactly.
No, we don't.
Life is a constant learning process, right? And I don't look at, yes, there have been L's, there have been lost opportunities that obviously weren't supposed to be mine.
Right.
There have been bruises, there have been mistakes that have been made, but I feel like every bruise you get and every no or every trial is just an opportunity to learn and to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Those L's are lessons.
those are lessons. Yeah, and you take them with you. So no regrets.
Absolutely. And one thing I say, you can't spell millions without a couple L's.
Listen, you gotta say that. That's damn near a tattoo.
Okay? Right. Look, I need a new tattoo. Maybe I'll tattoo that.
That's a good one.
So what would you say to someone who is trying to get started in this industry?
I would say to be patient and do the work. You know, I just come from a school where I can slide into people's DMs. I know that the access is at your fingertips right now. Um, but for me, I found value in not rushing the process and allowing it to unfold as it was supposed to. Because when it unfolds in the time that it's supposed to, and you really are doing the hard work and getting your fingers dirty, without compromising your integrity or undercutting the next person, you enjoy the value of it once you get it so much more. It becomes so much more special for you. At least for me, it did. And there's longevity in that, which is what I found as well. The quicker you get it is the quicker you lose it, in my opinion. So just do the work and be okay with the process,
Right.
and believe that it's going to work out.
Right. Because when you put the hard work in, you appreciate it
You do.
more versus something just being handed.
Yeah, and I found when people get stuff too quickly and too easily, not only do they not appreciate it, they have an elitist, deserving mentality. Like
Entitlement.
entitlement, exactly. That's the exact word.
Yeah.
This level of entitlement is so flagrant in today's society, especially with the younger generation.
Yes.
Everybody believes that they deserve everything immediately.
Yep.
And that's not the school that I came from.
Yeah.
I knew that I needed to work my ass off, and that hard work
Yeah.
would eventually pay off.
They're all about instant gratification.
Yeah.
These younger whippersnappers.
And they might look at us as like, the older people or the dated
Right.
people or the ones that, are jaded,
Right.
quote unquote. But it's like, no, it's not about that. Get it.
Get it? Yeah.
Get it, but also don't lose yourself in trying to get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Stay true to yourself.
Stay true to yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I want to talk about these awards.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. Let's see. 2015 Essence Black Beauty Award.
Yeah, I think that was one of the first ones that I got. And Essence, we grew up on Essence. Like, I grew up going to the grocery store, and like while my mom would drag me around, I would pick up an Essence magazine from the newsstand because she would never buy them for me, and I would
You
pick
just go in
up
there, read them, and then put them back.
and Sophisticate's Black Hair. Like, those were the two magazines I couldn't wait to go and pick up in the grocery store. So like, to be able to get an Essence magazine cover, Gabrielle was my first Essence magazine cover, and then like later on, years down the line, to be acknowledged by them amongst the elite was definitely a blessing.
Nice.
Here's the deal about awards. It's like, it's dope to be able to just see all of these different outlets support you and acknowledge you. Down to recently, last year in 2023, Gabrielle and I got Brand of the Year from the Hollywood Beauty Awards, which was a huge accomplishment. Kelly Rowland came to present our award to us, along with April, who was on 911, that show. And she's also in Gabrielle's movie, The Perfect Fine, her rom-com. But anyways, these are all like people that are our community that showed up and supported us, and the Hollywood Beauty Awards organization. I appreciate their acknowledgement, especially with being a Black-owned business. They've acknowledged me for Hairstylist of the Year. A couple years before that, I've gotten some awards from Chicago. I recently just got it's called a Trailblazer Award or something like that, from Global Mix in Chicago.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just nice to be acknowledged.
Yes,
It makes you feel
yes.
like you're doing something right.
Absolutely. It's nice to get your flowers.
Yes.
While you're still here.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
So what would you say are 3 words that describe Larry Sims?
Compassionate, generous, and fearless.
Okay.
What about you? I'm curious.
Determined. Confident. Compassionate.
I feel those things. from you. Those are great. And we just met each other.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
See, it's that whole Leo thing.
it is.
It's the Leo thing. Okay, so are you dating?
I am not dating right now. I am not. I um, am dating my dreams and my
Okay.
aspirations. That's what I feel like I have time for. I didn't do anything for New Year's. I got invited to so many extravagant things, and I just really wanted to be still, and I wanted to be in meditation and in prayer. And that's not saying that I am not open to love if it knocks on my back door or if it's
Okay.
a surprise, but I'm currently not looking for anything.
Okay.
But, the possibilities are endless.
Do you believe in soulmates?
I do.
You do.
I absolutely do. Do you?
Uh,
You don't?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Really?
I'm on the fence about soulmates.
Have you been in, now I'm interviewing you. Have you been in any long-term relationships?
I have.
You have. And you don't feel like any of those were your soulmates?
I feel like I got exactly what I needed out of those relationships. Because some people come into your life for a reason, and some people come into your life for a season.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's
Absolutely.
I don't have. Well, my standards in relationships are very high, very very high.
Do you think that they're attainable? Do you think that they're
Absolutely.
unrealistic? No?
They're not unrealistic.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because for me, I bring the table.
You bring the whole table.
I bring the table.
I feel like you bring the
fine
building.
china. I bring everything. I bring absolutely everything. So
And you want somebody to match that energy.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me that I have realized. Like, you never know. It's like the older you get, the more life you have under your belt, the more you know what you don't want to tolerate. And
Absolutely.
you want somebody that is going to add value,
Absolutely.
to your day to day. And people are a trip these days. You never know who you're meeting
Absolutely.
and whose
Absolutely.
stuff you taking on.
Right,
So
right.
I'm just like,
Yeah. And I believe in relationships, you are there to complement the other person. It's not a competition because for me, my only competition is a reflection in the mirror.
absolutely.
So we're there to complement each other, to support each other. You do your thing, I do mine. We come
Yes.
together and we rise together.
Absolutely. And if it's not that energy, I don't want it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. But good for you. Blessings in that space for the both of us, if that's
Yes,
what
yes.
your heart desires. But yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this. What is your ideal mate? Like what traits do you look for in a mate?
Yeah, one thing that I have recently discovered in terms of dating is that I need a spirit that is of my spirit. I'm really free spirited. I'm spontaneous. Um, I look at everything as the glass is half full, not half empty. I try to see the best in people, not the worst. I like to look through the lens of giving people benefits of the doubt versus me dating people that have absolutely seen the worst in people and expect the worst in people. And yeah, so it's, I can't be with somebody, as I've learned, that is more rigid and more structured. I need to be able to ebb and flow, and I need for
Yeah.
my person to be able to ebb and flow with me. Yeah.
So have you dealt with the situation where a person was going through a breakup and they were very, very hurt, very jaded, and then they kind of brought that energy to the relationship. And then, oh, well, I know you're doing this because this is what happened in my past relationship.
Yes. 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 And all I could think, because my nature is to be compassionate, and what I've learned is that you can't be someone's therapist. You can't be people can expect for you to make them feel confident in a relationship. In my opinion, you're supposed to come whole and complete.
Exactly.
And anything that is not that falls on you. It is not my
Exactly.
responsibility, in my opinion, to make you feel worthy, relevant. My love for you, our interactions with each other on the daily should show you. My actions should show you enough.
Right.
But then anything other than that falls on you.
Yeah. I believe that everyone is responsible for their own happiness.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. And it really is a weighty ask to put it on someone's shoulders to say to them, you're supposed to make me feel like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's your responsibility.
It's your responsibility.
Right.
It's not mine. So that was a big lesson that I had to learn also. It sounds like you've been in that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So would you ever get married?
I would, to the right person.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you been married before?
Yes.
Okay. People that have been divorced either say, I'm never getting married again, or like, you know what, I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm going to give it another shot.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
some people can be like Liz Taylor. How many does she have? 7?
Whew. Mama was like, listen, I'm racking them up.
Right. If this one didn't work, on to the next.
Yeah, and that there's something to be said about that. Like, there are certain people that feel like we're on this earth to experience. I have an ex that believes that we are on this earth to experience multiple lovers, multiple adventures, multiple people. Maybe not all at the same time, but just in a lifespan as humans, because each and every one of those experiences allow you to grow. And learn more about yourself. And that was something that after we broke up, I looked at in retrospect and was like, wow, I mean, although I may not necessarily feel like that's my goal, but I understand how people can feel that way.
Yeah. And then you have some people who have a need to be in a relationship. They have a need to just be with someone, no matter if it's good, if it's bad, if it's toxic, if it's
I got
healthy.
friends like that.
Yes, but I think that we have to realize that it's okay to be by ourselves, because you have to love yourself. You have to take care of you so you can take care of someone else.
Yeah, and let's just touch on that real quick though, because it's like when you do have friends or people, family members that have to be with somebody and aren't feeling complete, like they will literally like exile friendships and family members because of this person. But it's like, word to the wise, if this camera's on me, you can't come to your friends and your family and complain about the person that you are dealing with and then choose them over us.
Absolutely.
And get mad when we're telling you the truth about what you just told us.
Absolutely. And this is why I say mind your business. Mind your business, because if you helping your friend, your family member or whatever, oh girl, he this and he that, and you should leave him and this and that. And then you talking about him.
Yes.
Y'all talking about him, and then 5 minutes later she back with him and you like, wait, what?
And then she's mad at you for bringing
Right.
up what
Stay
she
out
told
my
you.
business. This my man. Okay, girl.
Okay. Sis. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's love is tricky. Relationships are tricky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
This is why I say, hey, if it works for you, it works for you.
Exactly. And all we can do is be there for each other and love our
Absolutely.
people. And I've learned that too the hard way. You have to, I don't want to know anything about my friends' relationships.
Right.
I don't want you to ask me
Right.
my opinion or anything. If you're happy, I'm happy. And if you're not, I got you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And don't tell somebody that they need to leave somebody.
I refuse to do that again
Right.
either, because that is blown up in my face.
Oh, you've done, oh, really?
I've done that because it's like, you can't tell me that he's a jerk.
Right.
And because I love you, I'm like, why are you with this jerk? You've told me
Right.
on 5 different occasions how disrespectful he has been to you. And people don't change. I don't care what anybody
No, they
says.
don't.
People don't change. He has shown you who he is.
Right. And when a person shows you who they are, believe them.
Exactly. And then you want me to sit up and break bread with y'all and celebrate the fact that you are still in a situation for him
Yeah.
to be disrespectful to you. So me being passionate,
Yeah.
trying to look out has
Right.
definitely blown up in my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people treat you how you allow them to treat you.
And they are going to continue.
Absolutely. Yes. So what is next for you?
Gosh, the sky's the limit. And I don't even want to put a cap on what God's blessings are. So I'm just going to leave that question open. And He knows what I've been working for. There have been so many seeds that have been planted. And I'm just waiting on His will, and I'm waiting on His blessings.
Yep.
For those to be nurtured and for them to blossom. So
Yeah.
I don't want to put a cap
Yeah.
on what's next. It's whatever God
Yeah.
says.
Because whatever is for you is for you.
Whatever is for you is for you.
Yep. And I have something for you.
Okay.
My sister and I own a fragrance.
Okay.
We have an essential perfume oil called La Elegance.
Okay.
And she has notes of amber, vanilla, and white peony. And then we have an essential cologne oil called Otis, which stands for On to Infinite Success.
Ooh.
And he has notes of musk, amber, and sandalwood.
My favorite.
Well, that is good to know.
I love that.
So, let's see, this is Otis.
I mean, look how I just thought that was decoration.
No, honey, I'm a jack of all trades.
That smells amazing. And the packaging. Is this a crown?
It's a crown, yes, sir. That's a crown.
For a king or
For
a
a
queen?
king, honey, because we taking care of our kings.
I love that.
And this is.
It smells amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
That is La Elegance.
I mean, look how classy that is. Jeez.
And La Elegance stands for classy, beauty, elegant.
I feel
So-
like, can you wear, I mean, is it for him and or for her? Or
Well, the funny thing is, we created this one as a women's fragrance, and then we created Otis as a men's fragrance. However, we find that a lot of women like Otis.
a lot of women like Otis. And I like to blend too. It's
Yes, we find a lot of people that like to
Yes,
mix them with
yes.
other fragrances
exactly.
that they have.
This is amazing.
Yes, and we're told that it actually blends well
Yeah.
with other fragrances.
This is amazing.
So those are yours to keep.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome,
I will
and thank you
thoroughly
for
enjoy
being here.
these. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Congratulations on your platform.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything that you're doing.
Thank you. And don't
happy
forget, we're
20.
going to Chicago.
Let's ride.
Okay, lovies, that's it for this edition of the Many Wigs Podcast. And remember, if it's popping, I got a wig for that topic.
Boom.